Onward, an epic, magical road trip coming of age story from Pixar. Is it top 3 Pixar movie materials? Maybe for me, it's still not in the top 3. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and one of the things that makes watching movies fun for me is finding those deeper themes in those movies and then being able to nerd out about those themes with you. This is my spoiler-free review for Pixar's Onward, their latest animated movie. I just dropped my top 3 Pixar movies. Like, if I had to go gut and not think too hard about it, what are just the top 3 that come to mind? You can definitely check out that video for yourself right now. Now, would Onward, after seeing it, would it be one of those gut reaction top 3 movies for me? No, it really wouldn't, but it's still a good movie. I'm gonna give this movie a solid B. I thought it was fun, the humor was great. I mean, overall, it is a good movie. But Pixar has kind of set this bar for themselves. I mean, they release a lot of extremely good movies. Like, that's the bar. This one is just a really good movie, in my opinion. So they got those extremely good ones, and for me, I was like, yeah, this one's just really good. I guess if you could have a fault, that's a really good fault to have, right? I mean, come on. It has a great story. It does have that emotional depth to it. But I feel like if I was going to compare emotion to emotion, I feel like Up is where it's at. Or Inside Out, like those are some of the top emotional movies. You know, Inside Out with that whole bing bong scene. Yeah, that just bawled my eyes out, and the whole opening montage of Up. I feel like those strike that emotional chord pretty hard and at the same time warm your heart, but they hit that emotional thing really hard. This one, I don't feel like it does. It definitely has a few emotional moments and it definitely will warm your heart, but I don't feel like it hits that emotional chord as strong as, say, Inside Out or Up. And maybe that's what you're looking for. So that was my experience with that. Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, absolutely fantastic together.
Ta-da! Oh, that's great, Dad. You look just like I remember.
To have Star-Lord and Spider-Man, like, being the two characters, brothers in a road trip movie, yes, it was everything that you would hope that it would be to have those two together. I thought they were downright hilarious.
It worked! The can is huge! And the van is huge! And you're... Oh no.
They had a great chemistry, and one of the things that I liked about, you know, them as being brothers trying to bring their dad back is it wasn't like one was a jerk brother and one just resented the other. Like, they already had a really good bond and a really solid relationship. It wasn't perfect, and we saw it get strengthened on this trip, and it was part of that heartwarming stuff, but I liked where the relationship started, and I also really liked where that relationship ended. So I feel like the brotherly relationship between those two, they did a really good job on that.
I can't do it. We're not gonna see you, Dad.
You can do this. I believe in you.
But I think my favorite aspect is when I kind of dig a little bit deeper into the movie. I actually think this movie is a great illustration of James chapter 2, where it says faith without works is dead. Because what an amazing setup that you have this entire world and it's full of magic. But magic is a little bit harder to master, so everybody quit pursuing it in favor of what is easy and what is most convenient. As a result, there's a whole greater dimension of life that they're missing out on. And you see that theme repeated in different ways as the movie unfolds. And I feel like in some ways it's hilarious, it's always very clever, but it's really cool because you see that theme repeated. And it just makes me think, as we spend time with God, like, do we really take that time to press in, to listen, to answer when he calls, and to follow where he's leading? Because as we take those steps of faith and follow him where he's leading, and as we take that time to develop that relationship with him, then a whole greater dimension of life just unfolds before us, and our faith gets deepened, our character gets deepened, and it's surely not always easy, but it's amazing how we follow God out, that he strengthens our faith and he strengthens our character. So I feel like this movie did a really good job illustrating faith without works is dead, as they are taking these faith steps throughout this movie. So I thought that was well done, and I feel like this movie did have a great message. So that's kind of what I picked up and took away from this movie when I was seeing it. So what did you think of Onward's Pixar? What did you think of Pixar's Onward. Did you enjoy this movie? Did you see that same message of faith that I did? Let's talk about that in the comments. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian, and hit that bell by the subscribe button so you're notified the next time I do a movie review, ranking video, theological analysis, or anything else I do here. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.